What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to my Draw With Me series. Today we got a little green and blue action. We're outside again, third day in a row. It don't get no more better than that with the natural noise in the background. Who knows? We might hear an airplane passing by right now. Cars honking. Work truck backing up. The beep beep noise. I don't know. Like I said, it don't get more natural than that. Anyways, today I want to discuss. I want to talk about helping people and what it means to help or try your best, even if in the moment you're annoyed and disgusted with the person. Shit, it's alright. You can't be 100% happy all the time, but you can't be 100% happy helping people all the time. Especially if that's your job and you're doing it all day, you're doing it every day. As long as you're not being an asshole, you're going out of your way and, fuck it, that last person was being mean, now I feel like being mean. That's not right. That's not right at all. So, last night, my sister, she had told me she had dropped a weight and hurt herself. And she went to the urgent care to be seen, but they couldn't see her because the X-ray technician wasn't in. Something like that. But the lady doctor was being a little rude. I said, damn, that kind of sucks. I just hope it gets better for you. And we were talking about it again this morning, and she was talking to me about it a little bit more. And she was saying how, it was, she was just kind of being rude, the doctor. And they got into the topic of discussion where, if your career is to help people, face to face help people, then you're probably not gonna, not be too good in the sense of, of being an enjoyable person to be around. Because I think it matters, to be a pretty good person, or at least try to be, or just naturally be a good person. It doesn't hurt to just be nice. You don't gotta give anything to anybody. I mean, unless you would like to do that, that's on you. But common courtesy, And I know there's the topic, oh no, people gotta earn your respect. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that shit. I done talked to probably 2 or 3 people in my life and said that. And they cut off the conversation. They cut me off and they say some shit like, nah, not everybody deserves your respect. Fuck that shit, bro. You're a grown ass man saying that. That's fucked up. So you just walk around spitting on the floor and fucking spitting right in front of people's faces and shit. Fuck that shit, bro. That's fucked up. You ain't no fucking grown ass man. I think in order for somebody to ask for something and they're not doing it as, for like a career. They're doing it like oh, could you do me this favor or something, you know, like a friendship type of thing, or just help me out, you know. It doesn't gotta be money. It doesn't gotta be, you know, any of that. It can just be like, I'm in a hard situation. We all go through it. I'm in a hard situation. Could you help me out? I think that's leaning more towards like, do I respect you enough to do this or not? Or do you respect me enough to value what I'm doing or not? I think that's something you gotta earn, because you can't just do that for everybody. But being nice, you know, walking down the street and saying, "Oh no, this man and his children don't deserve my common courtesy, my respect. So I'm just gonna, you know, start spitting on the floor in front of his kids." Nah, bruh, fuck that, bruh. Or I'm gonna, you know, light up this fucking joint, bruh. No, fuck that shit, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, have some fucking respect for yourself. I think that's fucked up. So I think to be successful in your career, you just gotta be, you know, you gotta wanna be good at it. You gotta want to get good at it. Shit, sometimes you gotta put it to the side. Alright, come back to it later. You put your dream to the side and, you know, figure something else out. Nothing wrong with that. It could suck, but maybe that's just how it's supposed to be right now, you know? Okay. Accept it and deal with it. And when it's time to come back, man, you'll come back. You will. But it also plays more into the role of your real life character. Sure, working that career is working with the public, but in real life, behind closed doors, when you're at home with your lady, with your family, with your mom, with your dad, how are you acting? How are you treating them? You know? These would probably be the people that annoy you the most. They get to a tendency. There's a tendency that they're able to just reach way better than any person that you just don't even know. You don't know their name. You ain't never seen them in your life. You just gotta help them, and who knows, maybe that's the last time you ever see that person. But your family is forever. And either you live with them or you don't. They'll get under your skin, and they'll bear themselves there. And they'll annoy you. It happens. But depending on how you react to it and how you treat them, whether they're treating you good or not, plays into your character too. Plays into your real life character, plays into your career. The same way you treat the people, you know, behind closed doors is probably the same way you're gonna treat the people out in public. So you see somebody doing things that don't look okay, probably not somebody you want to be around, probably somebody you probably shouldn't call your friend. Chances are they're 10 times worse when the doors are closed. It's nighttime, they're in their house. They're with the people that they know the best. They're with the people that know them the best. That have seen them cry, laugh, sick, all that. That's why it's important to know when to walk away, when to be more patient than other times. And then after the conversation with my sister, I started thinking more about there's a lot of jobs that are, that require somebody to help somebody else. Retail and fast food was the ones I was thinking about a lot more. Sure, they're a little bit like less requiry to get hired. It's the same concept. You're still helping somebody face to face. You're taking their order, or you're ringing them up on the register, face to face. Compared to like somebody working in the warehouse, you're still helping people. You're packaging, orders, you're shipping labels, right? People bought these things, they spent their hard-earned money, they seen something they thought they liked or needed, so they bought it. Now they're waiting on you, Package it up and send it over. But you don't ever see them, you don't ever have to look at them. But they're still helping, I think every career helps in one way or another. Whether it's a lot more helping or a lot less helping, it doesn't matter. Still getting the job done keeps the world spinning. I think it takes a lot of effort and kind of skill to maximize your patience, or be patient with somebody that's being a little rude. That's alright. Can't be 100% of the time. Can't be 100% 100% of the time. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's alright. It doesn't mean you gotta be, mean, you don't gotta take your anger out on people that don't deserve it. Whether they do or they don't, you don't know them. There's no reason to act that way to them, so don't. But that's what's unique about everybody, about us as a species. So we got emotions. You get angry, you get sad, you get mad. Angry. So you kind of react off that, and that's not a good thing, I felt mad, so I'm gonna be mad. Alright, that's alright. You could be mad, but you don't need to, destroy things or make rude comments. I think even if you don't have a job, even if you're not around a lot of people, you could still help by just, being productive, work on yourself. It takes a lot of time to really be good at being patient, be good at being good. And even then, you're not gonna be the best, I'm reading a book right now, and it's about the philosophy of, Bruce Lee. It's about his writings, his teachings. He was a philosopher more than, he was a lot more than a martial artist and film director, actor. Anyways, it's his daughter writing the book, writing about him. And I'm thinking it's like chapter 3. I'm on chapter 3. I really need to focus more, and that's my issue, as I get distracted, kind of like right now. I get distracted and put it to the side. That's my bad. I guess I'm not trying to learn as much as I think I am. So I'm proving myself right by being wrong. That's not good to me. I don't like that. Because there's a million better things I could be doing than sitting on my ass looking at the phone all day. That's not gonna get me nowhere. Anyways, this chapter is called Eternal Student, and just one little simple thing that he says is like, that he writes about, is he sees himself as the eternal student, never as the best, because when you reach the top, the only way you could go down, the only direction you could go now is down. You could lose your status, your intelligence, whatever. It don't matter. The only way you go is down now. You're an eternal student, always learning, always thriving, always, living, whatever. There's always more to be doing, to be learning. And I like that. Changes my way of thinking a lot. Because I think everybody's always trying to be the best, trying to be number one, but nobody's trying to be number two. Nobody's trying to be number 6, Everybody wants to be in the starting lineup, all, first 5 guys. They want to be the players on the court. But you could still have superstars that are in the 6th and the 7th lineup, 10th even. They're just as good as Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, out there on the court every game. 100% of the time, they're gonna be out there. You think, oh, this team's gonna play. That's who's gonna start the game. Shit. Don't get it messed up that just cause you're number 6 or you're number 7, it don't mean that you're not next up in line. It don't mean you're not as good. Shit. I mean, who knows? You could probably be even better. But depending on the person, if that's what they're going for, then it probably won't last long. Because the more time you got to sit on the bench and learn, and you're trying to learn, the more time you're going, the more time you had to develop your skill set, and earn it, work towards earning it. Imagine you start off on number 6, you're number 7, 8 even, whatever. Damn, I'm so close. But why ain't I got my turn yet, I can doing all these things, that's good. Just gotta, keep doing it and keep learning, keep observing. Cause it'll pay off. You'll get there, and it'll feel way better than just being handed to you. Because those guys that are starting 5, they didn't just wake up, alright, I'm number 5, number 4, 1, 2, 3 now. Shit, they had to do the same thing you're doing. Maybe they didn't have to sit on the bench or sit on the bench as long. Doesn't matter. They still had to wait their turn. Maybe they had to wait less time. Maybe they had to wait just as long. It doesn't matter. They had their time to wait. They were serious about what they were doing and what they wanted. So they got it. Proved the coach they deserve this. So it's, all working out in their favor now. I think, like I said, anything is helping people. Sometimes you have a long day and you just want to turn on the basketball game, turn on the football game. It's not football season right now. Gotta wait a while now. That's alright. That just makes it even more exciting. Not an exciting wait, but when it's here and when it's time, oh man, you jumping with joy like a little punk ass kid. Sit your ass down, boy. What you doing? Feel me? Because in that time of waiting, if you're staying busy, you know, fuck, I'm not starting 5. That's alright. It may not feel like it, but it is alright. Because you'll get your time, you get your spot. And whether it's on you to keep, developing your skill set and practicing, you'll get good, you'll get better than what you were a month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago. You could also be developing when you get tired and you get burnt out from being on the court and shooting, practicing. After that, you could still be, developing yourself, developing your own character. It's important to do those things just as much as it's important to put in to being a better player. Learning to be a better person is forever. It's not anything anybody can master. That's why it makes it so fun to want to keep doing it, to keep learning. Then that's what makes you, a better person. That's what helps you develop patience. And that in itself is a skill set. A skill set that's way too overlooked. Feel me? I think calm and reserved is way better to be around than, not calm and not reserved. If you're out in public and you're trying to watch, you go to the movie theaters and trying to, watch a movie, you got somebody talking, I don't know, being loud or whatever. Like, Barry, we ain't come here to talk. Shut your ass up, bro. I'm trying to watch this movie. I pay money to be the first person, be one of the first few people in the world to watch the movie before it comes out on every streaming platform. Trying to enjoy it. Shut your ass up, bro. Feel me? But I think, remember I was talking to just a few days ago, I was talking to my dad. And he was telling me about a book that he used to read. And he was telling me about his life experiences, a few of his life experiences. And he would say that he used to be very angry, and Someone that's always angry, very angry, is probably very impatient. You know? But I think the opposite of my dad, you know? I would never ever guess that. I would never ever guess that he was an angry person in the past. Because he fucking doesn't seem like that. Hell no. That's not that person I know. It's not the man that raised me, you know? He don't seem like it. Not at all. But in order for someone to be so good at something, they gotta be so bad at it. That's what we were discussing. He's so, you know, patient, but he used to be so angry, according to him. Any minor inconvenience to angry people could set them off, could annoy them, could ruin their day. That's alright. They just need more time to work on it. They need to work on it. Right now. Feel me? And it doesn't matter if you're an angry person, impatient, you know, you're bad at drawing, you're bad at riding a bike, you know, you're not good at running a marathon in 20 minutes. Damn, my opponent got 22 minutes. Man, what the fuck? The average person don't get no fucking 20 minutes. They take 10 days. And they walk. The average person don't do shit like that. And you're discouraged. 2-minute difference. Man, shut your ass up. That's good enough. That's good in itself, but I could understand wanting to be better. That's good. That's a good thing. But you can't stress yourself out about it. The moment you start doing that, that's the moment, you know, it's not fun no more. It's work. And work could be fun if you're having, you know, fun. I gotta do it because I gotta beat my opponent. Well, what do you do if you win? I don't know. I just beat the opponent. Man, fuck that opponent, bruh. That's work in itself. That's good. You can't be happy for that. I can understand it though. Maybe it's just the problem with my generation, you know. I get that. I mean, we're so addicted to just, you gotta have it right now. You gotta have it right now. You gotta lock in right now. If you're not doing nothing right now, you're lazy. If you don't have a job right now, you're a loser. That's not necessarily the case. It sucks, and yeah, maybe some of it's kind of true. But as long as you're trying, as long as you're developing yourself, something will happen. You know, you just gotta pray about it. I think you really gotta help yourself before you can help others. Maybe you're not meant to be working right now. It's as fucking shitty as that might sound, bruh. As shitty as it might sound, it could be true. You know? Maybe you really need to do other things. Alright, well, that don't feel good. Not at all. To the right person, that might not fucking feel good. Not at all. And it's gonna be very hard to accept that. You just gotta find something else. Even a book. You know, even a walk. You don't know who notices you? And you don't know who notices you that's never gonna say a word, but they're inspired by you. Because I think the moment you start helping yourself, you know what? I'm gonna get off my ass. I'm gonna take a walk. And then you don't know who's looking out the window or working on, their flower bed in their front yard, or watering their grass manually. They see you, they hear you, they acknowledge you. And wow, look at there goes that kid again, there goes that person, there goes that man, there goes that girl, hell yeah, that's good. I like to see that in my neighborhood. Maybe that's what they feel, whatever. That's a good thing. They feel good about it. They feel good about what's around them because that person feels good about what they're doing. Energy rubs off. And whether it's direct or not, whether it's contact or no contact, working face to face with people, this person's having a bad day, they took it out on me, and now I'm having a bad day, I took it out on somebody else. Or this person's helping, themselves, they're taking a walk, and they feel very good about themselves, and you don't know that. Now I feel good about that because I saw them. I was able to witness that with my own eyes, and for the rest of the day I'm having a good day because I saw this stranger that I admired. And I don't know what it was about this stranger. You don't know if that's how somebody feels. Just because you feel alright. You feel alright in the day, in the moment. I think that's important to helping others, helping yourself, Because like I said from the book that said that, about Bruce Lee. Or it's better to be an eternal student than a taught master. Because forever learning. You can forever learn and you'll never reach the top. There's no limit. I think it's good to help people. I think it's good to be a good person without even trying, I was skating one time and there was this lady on a bench, hella fucking grumpy looking, bruh. And sure enough, she was. I rode past her and I bet a fucking smile. And she just staring, hard fucking staring. This lady was fucking mad at the day. She was fucking upset. If I were to say any word, she would fucking cuss me out in her fucking language, bruh. She would have said some mean old shit about my hair, about my skin color. She would have been mean. I just know it. I just know it. Anyways, I'm like, damn, bro, fuck you then. I didn't say that. But I thought that. Alright, bro, shit. Next time I see you, I'm gonna throw the middle finger. Ha ha. Nah, I'm just playing. I don't do that. But anyways, I think I went home a little bit after that, and I went outside like again a few hours later, and there was these more people. They were like walking their dog. They were just taking a walk, you know, peaceful couple. Oh hell yeah! And not everybody likes to, you know, at least in my experience, not everybody likes to look, but most people kind of do. They look, they'll acknowledge the person they're walking past. They'll look, or you know, they'll either look at you or they won't. They'll look at the ground, whatever. You know, they just want to get past you and pick their head back up. No more strangers in the way. I don't gotta be on guard. I don't gotta, you know, worry about acknowledging nobody. Just me and the ground that I'm stepping on. Whatever. Anyways, these people, they walk, you know, they're walking and I'm skating again. And they both smile at me. Even the dog looks happy. He's panting. It's panting. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. It's panting. You know, it's on a walk. Dogs love being out too. So it's, you know, it's tired and enjoying, you know, its moment with its people. That's a good thing. Hell yeah. Even the dog was smiling at me. Anyways, the people were smiling at me. Oh hell yeah, I smiled back. I think I probably smiled at, I don't know, maybe they smiled at me first, they smiled, I smiled back. That's cool, you know, acknowledge people, acknowledge each other in a good way. That's a good thing. Cause I mean, not everybody goes outside, so the people you do see, they're either gonna be hella on guard and like, man, just go past me and leave it at that, or they're just gonna be like, man, you know, it's so good to see another person out here, you know, especially a young person. Not a lot of young people do what you're doing. Oh hell yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think mood affects everything. Patience. If you don't have patience, you won't be happy. There's nothing wrong with being sad, nothing wrong with being upset. Man, I done been around a lot of people, and even still nowadays. And I know their mindset enough to just be like, man, fuck no, bro. I'm not answering a phone call, bro. I don't want to be around that. They try so hard to be so positive that they end up being so negative. So much shit going on in my life, but I'm trying to be positive. Shut the fuck up, bruh. Shut the fuck up. You ain't being positive in the slightest bit right now, bruh. Shut the fuck up, bruh. Man, shut the fuck up, bruh. That's where it gets annoying, bruh. If you're angry, fucking feel angry, bruh. Don't fucking ruin the world, though, because you're angry. You're angry, do something about it. Let it out. In the right way. Fucking do some push-ups, you fucking asshole, bruh. Shit. But if you're angry and you're sitting there and you're thinking about it, about why you're so fucking upset, you're sitting there on your ass fucking 2 years. Man, I'm so angry, I fucking hate these people. Fuck you, bruh. That ain't gonna take you nowhere. You're gonna live every fucking day of those 2 years feeling way worse than you did the day it happened. Look, bruh, you feel emotions, I feel emotions. The moment you let it out and acknowledge it, the moment you acknowledge it and then let it out in a very constructive way, that's when you grow. That's when you grow from it. You grow patience and you grow peace with yourself. The moment you do that, the moment you become a better person, you're able to help yourself, you're able to help other people. That's what matters. That's what matters most in this life, in this world. It's relationships, you know? It's people. Whether you know them or not, they got things they care about. That's why they're still here. That's why, they didn't hurt themselves and do things to hurt themselves and give up on themselves, give up on their life. They got things that make them happy, they got things that make them cry, which is a good thing. Both sides of the story. Because it keeps them in tune with themselves, it keeps them in tune with them and their human nature. Whether they got kids at home or they got an animal at home that they just love to see, they got things they're proud about or things they're not proud about. Both are good, because proud about, obvious reasons. I'm going to talk about that one. Proud about something, you enjoy it. Not proud about it, you want to work on it. I hate that habit I got. I want to fix it. You're gonna fail, and you're gonna succeed. Both pretty reasonable outcomes. Now you're back to square one, but with a little bit more knowledge to your brain. Everybody has a reason to keep going. Everybody has a reason to want to give up. Everybody just needs a little help. Whether it seems like it or not, whether they got money in their pockets, or they got a house full of people around them, somebody to talk to all the time. They just need the right person to be around. They need the right person to talk to, or the right hobby to put their time to construct something bigger than themselves. I think whether everybody's purpose is different. We're all here for different things. We're all continuing to go throughout the day for different reasons. But bottom line is topic of discussion. Helping people out. And I think even if not everybody's gonna be a fucking celebrity, everybody probably wants to be popular, not everybody's going to be. Even celebrities are fucking popular people. I would just say fucking popular people aren't even, I be watching like basketball games. Oh, look who's in the building. This, I'm like, well, who the fuck is that, bro? I don't want to see that shit, bro. their own audience. And they don't gotta be, you know, the whole world. You can't be discouraged by that. Your audience could be the people you're around and the people you're working with, your co-workers and your family. Because those are the people that really know you. People on the internet, people on watching movies or whatever, they don't know you. They don't know how you fucking... They don't know what makes you laugh. They don't know what makes you cry. So I think, you know, real life people are better than those people on the fucking internet that are popular. Because, I mean, shit, they got their audience too. Maybe their audience is just more worldwide. But if they ain't no real life person and they're just an asshole, they spit on the ground and shit like that, you know, disrespect themselves in front of children, they ain't the type of person to be around. What, you think that shit's cool, bruh? That shit's funny? And what is funny though, is they got like some of the shittiest fucking names, like usernames online. Like hella stupid. And give it time, they make money, they're probably making more money, or maybe not, than the average person without an audience. An online audience, I'll say. And they let, you know, they let that money and they let that, I'm not gonna say fame, but they let that popularity get to them. So I'm gonna be honest, bro, ain't no fucking thing like ain't no thing as a celebrity, bro. Fuck that word, bro. Walk around feeling, you know, you could be popular, and that's it. Walking around like they're better than people. You ain't God, bruh. You ain't make the world. That shit could be taken from you in a moment. Way quicker than what you had to work to get that shit. You probably didn't even work to get that shit. What made you cry to want to keep doing it? What made you upset to just want to feel like you had to, like, man, I'm done with this shit. I'll rip all these fucking papers up. I'll throw everything away and I'll break this shit. Nothing. Nothing, bruh. But for some reason, you feel like you're better than people. Like you don't work no fucking job to earn that shit. And you ain't lose nothing. Money and popularity don't mean shit. And it especially don't mean shit if you let that shit make you think that you're better than anybody. I don't give a fuck if you're living under a bridge. I don't give a fuck if you're waiting for the next free thing, the next free meal, free haircut. Not at all. You are not at all. Not at all below or above anybody that doesn't have to do those things, or that is doing those same things. That's why people that are funny and well, it goes into two things, because people that are kind of assholes and funny, but people that are like real life people, like they're nice, but they're funny. I think those are the people that are just like naturally funny, like they don't even gotta try type of shit. And those are the people to be around, bro. They just be talking. And maybe they're not talking a lot, or maybe they are, right? That's just fucking funny, bro. Cause it's just like laughter's a good thing, bro. Like, you know. I think it's a good thing to enjoy that, you know. I remember when I was in the 6th grade, my teacher, she was known as the meanest teacher on the campus, bro. All the kids would say, "Oh, don't get this teacher, she's mean." Like if I had the choice to decide my fate. Anyways, when I grew up, I got that mean teacher. Hell no, this teacher, like, she was like, so I'm gonna be for real, bro, like, I'm pretty sure she was like, you know, lesbian, cause she would talk about, you know, oh, my girlfriend's this, my girlfriend and that. I don't give a fuck, bro. I really, like, not in the fact, like, that she's talking about that, but, like, you know, her preferences. That's her life, not mine. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, this teacher was like hardcore, bro. She would like run like marathons. She would like train. She was a real ass fucking person, bro. She was hella cool. I think she was like, she was one of those teachers that would get to know like a class full of like 30 students. So I think my class was like 32 students or some shit, like a hella fucking big ass class. She would get to know like like in class, like each person on a personal level. On a personal level, I remember that. She was like I think she was a track coach too, but she was a cross country coach. And the difference between, if you didn't know what the difference is, cross country is more running, track is more like, kind of like, more like, there's a lot more to do in track. But cross country is like more long distance running type of thing. And man, she was fucking hardcore. Sure, she had her moments where like she was like, she had to like, you know, put the kids in their place. That's where you can learn, right? Like, you're not gonna act that way in front of me. You're not gonna act that way in my classroom. So in my classroom, I can understand that. She had this poster. I remember it was like a frog and it's like smiling. I guess someone just happened to get a picture of a smiling frog. That's pretty cool, right? I guess. It says a day without laughter is a day wasted. And I don't know. I guess it just makes me think of that right there. And I remember at the time too, there was only like three 6th grade teachers, and right next to her class was like a younger guy. He was cool, and then like on the other side of the building was like another teacher, probably a little bit younger than this teacher that I had. Her name was my teacher's name was Miss DeLuca. I'll give her that. I'll give you that. Like, I remember I said, like, when you're talking so high about somebody, you know, say their name. You know, I believe in that. Say their name and, you know, give them their acknowledgement. They deserve that. You know, they're a good person. They deserve that. You can't, you know, speak so highly and not say what you know, say their name. You know. And I remember the teacher, like, I know it was pretty pointless, but the teacher across, like, the hall, like, had, like, she had, like, all the bad kids, but she was hella nice, too. I never, like, really got to, like, interact with her or nothing. It was, like, a few times, but I didn't really know her, you know. But she was cool. She was cool. And I think like it's a hard job to like do so much in your personal life. Like to wanna compete and coach right after teaching. Cause she could have just took her ass home. I know she was at her person like, man, I just want to go home. Today was a good day, but it was draining. Or today was a bad day. I want to go home. She was just real like that. But most of the time she didn't, cause she was a coach. So she would, volunteer to stay. She was coaching the kids. And even then, like, she was like, got to know all her athletes. And the thing was like, younger athletes, when you're in elementary school, at least for me, like, everybody can compete. But I know the older you get, middle school and high school, you kind of got to earn your spot. You can't just have it. You got to earn it. Because you could be cut from the team, or you could just be benched, or, whatever. So you got to earn it. But I don't know, she just always like got to know her, she took the time out of her, few hours that she had of the day with us to get to know the people that she was, teaching and coaching. I think that's a good thing. That's a hard skill to probably do. She knew everybody's name, and she knew little things about them. I think that's what matters most in helping people. Is you gotta want to do it yourself. In your own personal life, to be able to want to teach somebody or help somebody else, public. Anyways, this is what I got. That's what we finished with. I appreciate y'all for watching.